Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be looking at plural compounds. We're going to be looking at plural compounds. Now, when you have words like bystander, how do you pluralize such a word? Bystand. If you have more than one bystander, you have bystanders. Onlookers, more than one onlooker. Onlookers. How do you put the X, the morpheme X, to make it such words plural? How do you do that? So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Now, to do that, you're going to be following some rules. We have like 4 rules. So a compound is actually a word that has more than one word constituting it. So whenever you have a word that has more than, like onlookers, the on is a word, looker is another word. You understand? So you can bring them together using hyphen. So whenever you have words that you can bring together using hyphen, or just any word that is constituting of more than one word, like two words brought together, you call them compound words. So we're going to be looking at how to pluralize. It depends on the very type of compound that you now determine how to pluralize them. Now let's look at if a preposition and a noun form a compound word. The noun carries the S morpheme. So let's look at these. Onlookers. You know, these are two. We have on is a preposition, looker is a noun. So if you are bringing the two of them as one word, the noun should carry the S whenever you want to pluralize, whenever you want to make it for more than one person. So if you are having more than one onlooker, you have to have onlookers and not onslooker. You cannot have onslooker. You have onlookers. The S has to be on the noun. Now let's take a look at the outgoers, people that go out. You cannot say outgoer. You have outgoers because the S has to be on the noun. This is the preposition, this is the noun. The S has to be on the noun. Bystanders, the S has to be on the standard because it is the noun. By is preposition. Incomers, the S has to be there. So whenever you want to pluralize a word, a compound word, if you want to pluralize a compound word consisting of a preposition and a noun, the S has to be on the noun. Very, very important. Now let's look at the second instance. If two nouns are to form a compound word, now two nouns, this one, it was preposition and noun. Now two nouns are to form a compound word. It is the last noun that carries the S. Very, very important. The last noun carries the S. The last noun carries the S. Now let's look at this. Face and clothes. Face is a noun. Clothes is also a noun. So if you want to pluralize it to have face clothes, it has to be the last noun that carries. Teacups. Tea and cup. Both of them are nouns. So if you want to pluralize the compound word, it has to be teacups. The last noun carries the S. Now let's look at this other one. If the first noun preceding another noun is working as an adjective, the second noun carries the S. Boy is a noun. Scout is also a noun. But boy is describing the kind of scout that we have. So it's functioning as an adjective because it's helping us tell the meaning of this scout. It's telling us the type of scout that we have is the scout for male child. If you have girl, it would have been the scout for female child or female children. So now we are having boy scout. So boy is simply describing this. And when that happens, the second noun carries the S. So it has to be scouts. So boy scouts. That's how you pluralize. If it is more than one boy scout, call it boy scouts. Now, if a title forms a compound, the adjective part will not carry S. The adjective part will not carry S. What carries the S is the noun part. So things like financial secretary. You're going to have financial secretaries, not financial secretary. It has to be financial secretaries. If you have secretaries general, it has to be secretaries general and not secretary generals. Secretaries general. Now we'll talk about chiefs of staff. This is the title. So the other one is that this one should have the the adjective part will not carry S. Chiefs of staff, parents-in-law. That's the right word. Parents-in-law. The adjective will not carry the S. Very, very important. It will not carry the S. Commanders-in-chief, auditors general. So very, very important. You need to take note of all these, because when such words come out in JAMB and WAEC, you should be able to pick out the right answer. And for you to be able to pick out the right answers, you need to know the rules. So please take note, copy these notes, study the 4 rules, and get to know how to use them, so that when you have problems of filling the blank in your WAEC or in your JAMB, you'll be able to get the right answers. Thank you and God bless.